position on the league table, making life a lot comfortable for people forces in the Ghana.
School fees. Start yet Yasiapa. Yen never pay TV. Young one shall form MOBA to me share any swag. Into BA to make down what they need. My start time TV. As I say, a human member could any achieve. There was soon again now at that time. That time, ever more premium entertainment. And no my Yanni can nick a bema fee. I yet down very well. We are singing now. We give you a share. I was that time.
I didn't come here. We asked them to give their best. Improve themselves.
Star Times. Enjoy digital
total
life.
Domination from Aduana. Stars, you look comfortable. Where do you move the ball? The ball, Kelvin. For the game. I think we decided to hold the ball.
This is our own. Let's cherish our own. Ghana Premier League is back again. I say this is our own.
We lost a lot of time since we should have finished the game in the it's football, that's how it is.
This is our own. Let's cherish our own. Ghana Premier League is back again.
What point?
This is our own.
Tell them what's the psyche ahead of these two games.
I think they have done very, very well, and they need to continue. We have 4 more games to go, and then they need to continue, because remember, 7 of our players have been suspended.
Since the days of Baba,
going to continue for the title. Looking at
since the days of Shamokwe, we've been there. Division 1 league is back again. Since the days of Abeta Saki, we've been there. Premier League is back again. Since the days of Asamoah John, we've been there.
So that one goal in the end scored by Kevin or being proven very, very important. Back. And I had to would be for the back of a defeat, and that does not for the Phobians. They would have wished to win this one. That putting up a man of the match performance as he stood between Heart of Oak there, because Aduana are going back with all the 3 points. You can see Linda Mtange very disappointed with the, I'm sure would have a listen to Heart of Oak coach Abubakar Atara later, and he felt after the to winning ways against Aussie. Then they've been condemned to an defense and not looking good for the Phobians. Next up is Kumasi Asante Koto. Let's say still Star Times at the patch on the 247. My name is Mutalo, Felix Romack, and of course Alfred Hans. Felix football take is when Ghana took their chance when they had it, and it proved to be in the end.
Of course, credit to them. They defended very, very well. This was a poor performance from Heart of Oak. Clearly, one of the poorest games I've seen them play this season. I didn't like the attitude of the players as well. It was like nothing at stake in this game. But I don't want to take anything away from Aduana. They saw the early, mistakes from Heart of Oak. They exploited it, got the early goal, and as early as the 10th minute, and they defended quite well. Heart of Oak didn't create any clear-cut chances. When they got into the half of Aduana, their decision making was very, very Dennis Kosa, Amza Issa, poor decision in when they got into the final third, and a bit disappointed with the attitude of the players. As folk have a lot of work to do. If they go into the Super Clash with this attitude, trust me, they won't return from Kumasi with anything at all.
Of course, and that is what Felix thinks, that they can go into the Super Clash with the same attitude. Alfred, a defeat for Hartlepool after several strings of poor results. They got back to winning ways, and Obibesi back to factory reset.
Yeah, like Felix was saying, this is a very poor performance from the team. You would expect that after they've gone onto the road to pick up valuable points in Brekum, they would put up a performance to consolidate the gains they made in the last match week. But unfortunately, they couldn't. The entire team was poor. The structure of the team was poor. There were so many gaps between the defense and the attack. And to be fair to Ouattara, at least he tried to adjust the shape of the team in the second half. The back line dropped a bit, but in dropping, they left a gaping hole in the center of the pitch, leaving Etange and Salim Adams to do a lot of running, which they couldn't. And Aduana capitalized. They capitalized on the likes of Owusu and Tete. They capitalized on it. But you also have to give credit to Achiampo and his team. They set up very well. The game plan was spot on. They didn't engage House of Folk so much. They sat back, all men behind the ball, left Kelvin Oben up top, and just defended and lobbed the ball to him. I think it was a very solid performance. A very strange approach, especially in the second half for Accra House of Folk. They brought on they tried to change the face of the game, make changes,
bringing on the likes of Kakari.
They brought on Kakari, but nothing really changed. And I was very surprised when Kakari came on. You would have thought that, having noticed that the Aduana team had packed the center of the pitch, very compact at the back, you would have expected him to stay wide, trying to stretch them. But he fell into the trap of what his teammates were doing before he came onto the pitch. He joined them centrally. Even on a few occasions that he went wide, when he got the ball, instead of stretching them, taking the ball wide, it was cutting back onto his left foot, therefore bringing the ball back into the congested area. And they did that all game. I know if the game had gone on for another 24 hours, another 48 hours, I didn't see the way. There was no way House of Folk was going to score, because they were playing right into the hands of Aduana. They were doing the things Aduana wanted them to do.
Felix, there was a bit of a surprise with how House of Folk were playing, because you could see the middle was a bit packed, so I expected House of Folk to go with the wing play, but they didn't do that. They wanted to play centrally through the Aduana defense, where the likes of Alex Boache were very compact.
Before the start of the second half, you asked me what they needed to change, and I suggested that they do that. Maybe you want to change the shape, you can even go with the wing backs and try and stretch them, because when Aduana did
that means that they would go with a three-back system and allow Kosa and Ampedu to bomb forward.
Yes, and then even when they lose the ball, you know you are defending, you have 5 men behind to defend. But they didn't do that. Aduana, when they didn't have the ball, have 5 players in midfield protecting their
So ntumi ntua rent na obetena me fie. Oh.
Start time say. Eni kwanse sika wutua hwe TV no. Ne boy ye den eche wo danka.
Oh, prepaid NASA.
Any kwanse sika wutua hwe TV no. Ne boy ye den eche wo electricity bill. Any kwanse sika wutua hwe TV no.
The team is totally flat. House of Folk don't have a fair distribution of goals. Sometimes strikers can go on a very good run, but they get tired. Maybe
there are dry spells as well for strikers.
Maybe defenders
who
find
chips
them
in
out.
their goals.
Yes. So when it happens, you try as much as possible to have other offensive players scoring. I don't think I've seen House of Folk score from a set piece this season. Set pieces. But there are other ways you need to find.
One team that does that very well is Samatex.
Yes.
I mean, they don't rely solely on Baba Musa, their striker, or Seusu chips in goals, Kayeke comes in with goals. So it's all from, it's from every department of the field.
That is how you set up your team. So that when you come into a game and your top scorer in the league with 12 goals, every team that will play House of Folk will know that their main source of goals is Hamza. When you cut supply to Hamza, then there is no way House of Folk will get goal. If this game had gone into another 90 minutes and House of Folk were playing like this, there was no way they were going to score.
Mia Hansen believes that even if we play another 24 hours, 3 days of continuous football, Heart of Folk will not score with this attitude. So I'm sure Heart of Folk, our coach, is ready to speak to us. I don't know. I'm eager to listen to Ouattara and what he will say. So let's go back to the Accra Sports Stadium.
Coach, you just don't look happy. Your team just lost at home. This is your 4th home loss this season. What will you say went wrong for your side today?
We are playing badly. We don't have any motivation today. I don't understand what happened. It's very disastrous. Disappointed completely. The key players who come out for nothing. All the plans are down. It's very difficult, but these boys, I can't understand them. Today you are good, tomorrow you are bad. I don't understand what happened. But today is very bad game. I don't have anything to say. Very bad game. But
your expression,
you take a chance. We played 90 minutes without any shoot on the goalkeeper. One shoot. I'm not happy. To be serious, I'm not happy.
Coach, your expression tells it all, but what went wrong? Because it looks like you were just completely dominated today, and it looks also like there are injury worries because Agbesima had to be stretched off, and also Salim Adams had to leave the pitch due to injury. What is happening to your boys?
We don't understand. I'll ask the medical team, but because I don't understand. We play, we training well. All this morning we are well. Everything is okay. We come on. I think something. The players, it disappointed me today. Very disappointed. Agbesima out. I don't understand for what. Adams, I don't understand for what.
But do you think tactically you had the game plan that
we have the game plan when you have the 3 players, you didn't program them to put them out and coming out. Look the substitution, we do it. First half we do 2. We have only one chance to do another changes. Only one chance to do another change. And Salim go down. I can't do anything. I can change 3 players at the distance. I can't do anything. You don't. Look at all these people. No, I can't say which player play well today. No. We are taking all the photos. I will deal with them. I don't leave them. Because I can't accept all these things. Just in 10 days you play good game, you come today to play like that. I don't understand.
Do you think there's pressure on you now because you are only 5 points above the relegation zone going to the last 4 games of the season? Do you think
we are
pressure?
winning, we are every time we are in danger. We are in danger. No, we want more. We need more points to escape. We need the point to escape. Every time he does complaining for nothing. I can't understand it.
All right, wish you the best of luck, coach.
Thank you.
I think coming here, we asked them to give their best. and prove themselves. And I'm happy that they are able to prove themselves.
From the first half, you dominated. It was total domination from Aduana Stars. You looked comfortable the way you moved the ball around, and the balls over the top for Kelvin Obin. We saw the first goal. Was that a game plan for the game?
Yeah, I think we decided to hold the ball, move the ball as much as we can, and then open them up, and then we can penetrate. But it's just unfortunate that we lost a lot of chances which we should have finished the game in the first half. But it's football. That's how it is.
Your last two away games has been on this venue against Accra Lions, where it was a goalless stalemate. Today you are walking away with a point back to Doma. What did you tell the boys? What was the psyche ahead of these two games?
I think they have done very, very well, and they need to continue. We have 4 more games to go, and then they need to continue, because remember, 7 of our players have been suspended, and those playing, they are not our regular players. So you have to prove yourself to show the big men that you can continue with the team. So I believe that's why you see them running, making sure to take anybody they want, and I say a big kudos to them.
Now there's just 4 games to play. You have 46 points with third on the log. Are you still going to continue for the title push, or you are just looking at a respectable position?
We're still going. Our next game is against Nations, and Nation is second on the log. I think we have to do everything possible to take them so that we can be second on the log. So let's see how it goes. But I would say very big kudos to the playing body, the technical team, and all the people, all the supporters who support us, and making sure that we're having the day today.
I think one of your great strengths was in defense. Rich Saki and Boache. What do you have to say about the partnership?
Oh, it was a tactical thing. They were tactically very, very good. They play according to a plan, and I'm happy for them.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations, you are the man of the match.
Thank you, sir.
In your last 2 games, you've played here and you've kept clean sheets. What was your motivation today?
First of all, we thank Almighty Allah for bringing us this far. You know, what I will do is I only thank my supporters. they are our motivation. They push us, and then I think they've motivated us a lot. So I think we have to thank them. We have to give everything to them. We play for them. All what we do here, we do for our supporters and our team owner. We thank God for the victory.
What was the game plan today? Because it looked like your team played so well, and the defenders in front of you, Retsaki, Boache, they were also outstanding.
Yeah, we came with a game plan, because the last 2 weeks we were here. We had a good game. So we came with that same plan. If we do not score, they shouldn't score us. So that's the plan we came with. So we have to maintain the posture. We have to make sure anytime we are behind the ball, and then we keep playing. When we have the ball, we play. When they have the ball, we come behind and defend. That's our plan.
You think you had a good game because Hearts of Oak didn't really threaten in attack, and all the balls were just straight to you?
Oh no, all the balls were just straight to me. That's what they are saying. You go and then watch the clip well. I wasn't just standing there while the balls were coming. You have to watch the clip and then see what happened.
But what do you have to say about the defensive unit of Aduana Stars? Back-to-back clean sheets away from home.
Yeah, all I'll say is I'll thank my players, and then the supporters, those who supported us, and then those who are behind. We thank them all. Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Inusa is the most valuable player in this game. But Abubakar Ouattara is raging. He's angry. He's saying that he will deal with the players. And Felix Osion Tiasie, how can a player play that good 10 days ago, and the next 10 days now as if they've not trained? So he was very, very angry with the players.
Yeah, the first thing we said after the game was the attitude of the players.
Yeah.
And to imagine so no at stadium, no at the bench, air changes. One thing I didn't get clear, it could be because of the difference in language. Says and the expression Mantina said, I don't know if he suggested that some of the players are faking injury. Because he spoke about the options available for substitution. He had question mark about the medical team because they train well, and when they come into games, the players are falling all over the pitch. I don't know. I stand to be corrected, though, but if that is what he's saying, then it is very, very serious. But Mutala, I'll question the attitude of the players. See, the coach can take the blame for this particular performance, but we shouldn't spare the players. You don't go into a game playing for a big club like Accra Suffolk, and you go with playing without thinking about what your fans in the stadium. See, there are a lot of games in Europe.
Yeah.
But look at the supporters at Accra Sports Stadium. They've left all that to come and support you. They've paid gate fee to come and see your team play. And it shows such an attitude. And your position on the league log, you are not even safe from getting relegated. They were playing as if there was nothing at stake. I must say that this is clearly the worst performance I've seen of Hearts of Oak this season. They've lost some games, but the attitude today was very, very bad.
Hansen, the coach did not mince words at all. He went straight and threw the players. Or you can call it throwing the players under the bus. It seems at this point he's really angry and
sometimes you need to be very honest.
No, he's talking about the fact that he worked out the tactics with them, but what they did on the pitch is completely different. We can put the blame on the doorstep of the coach, but as when he's pushing everything to the players.
I think the coach wants an easy way out. Yes, you can question the attitude of the players. You can question the execution of the tactics. But if a team over a period of 90 minutes is not creating enough goal scoring opportunities, I tend to blame the coach rather than the players. If the team is creating chances and the players are not putting their chances away, then you can blame the players. But the job of the coach is to fashion out strategies to create chances, enable the team to create their chances, and then leave the execution of those chances to the players. The team didn't create any chance at all, and you have a team playing badly from minute 1 to minute 90. I'm sorry, it's very difficult for you to blame the players in such a condition. Yes, you can question their attitude, but you cannot question the technical execution because they need to be led. And I feel the Hearts of Oak players are lacking technical direction, at least in this game, because you cannot tell me that the players can be bad for about 90 minutes. Yes, attitude-wise, you can question it, but I think a chunk of the blame today must go to Ouattara and not the players.
Of course, but we can't take the spotlight off Yahweh Champo as well. He says the way he planned with the team to set up, they executed that perfectly because he knew Hearts of Oak were going to try and string passes together. They needed to just crowd the midfield, and it worked for them. They didn't have a single shot on target. What is Ouattara and the trim agency? So said the goalkeeper Masoud is the man of the match, but he didn't make any extraordinary save in this game.
And Nutala, I wasn't surprised because you look at the way Aduana defended. See, we are talking about everything that Hearts of Oak did that was so wrong today, but we should also credit them because if you prevent your opponent from getting a single shot on target, that means that defensively you did quite well. They defended in numbers when they needed to attack one long ball over the back four of the Phobians, and then they are on their way to attack. So let's give our champion and the boys the credit they deserve. They make sure that the spaces between the defense and the midfield was very, very tight. They were very compact. They were very, very disciplined. And Mutala, during the dying members of the game, they managed the game very, very well. Their game management mood was very, 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 very solid. And aside the 2 yellow cards, I think that they were even disciplined. You know, and other team could go into hard tackles and too much delays, but they played the game. They defended very well. They were compact, and I think that they deserve the point that they pick up at Accra Sports Stadium.
Of course, deservedly, and I mean, painful one for Hearts of Oak going into this weekend's game against Kotoko. Not the best of results.
Not the best of preparations to go into a game. I mean, you could say same for Kumasi Asante Kotoko after their victory yesterday. So you would have some could say this is a perfect setup for the Super Clash next weekend because you have Kotoko coming into the game trying to make amends. You have Hearts of Oak going into the game trying to appease their fans. So you have like two wounded lions in the jungle trying to see who is the king of the jungle. So maybe for the beauty of next week's game, you could say the performance, the results today and yesterday would make the game interesting. But then regardless of what is happening next week, they needed to do their job today and they failed woefully. I mean, Kari when he came on he was doing the same mistakes that his teammates were doing, and you had Ouattara who was on the bench witnessing this mistake from minute 1. So let's say he didn't even see it in the first half. Is he saying that he didn't see the need to make tactical changes in the second half to correct the fortunes of the club? I'm sorry, I can't sit down here and blame the players. Ouattara must take the blame for what happened today. And he must find a way to psych the boys up, because clearly he's alluded to the fact that the guys are not psychologically sound. They are not there yet. He must find a way to psych the boys up before they face Masters and Kotoko next to, because if they put up a similar performance against Kotoko in Kumasi, Kotoko will take them to the cleanest, and I don't think the House of Folk fans will forgive them for losing 2 games on the row in this poor manner.
You see, but you see, in some way, I totally, don't agree with you. See, coaches take credit when they win games.
Yeah.
Individual players sometimes also take credit when they play well. The coach, just like I said earlier, should take a chunk of the blame. But when players showed bad attitude in games.
So you are concerned about the attitude of the players?
The coach he got the tactics wrong.
Right, yes.
The system didn't work.
There's a way for a coach to get the tactics wrong, but the players will show desire and urgency in their game. And you can totally blame the coach.
Mutala, I couldn't pick a single House of Folk player who gave a little bit of effort. From goalkeeper to the changes to everything.
It was that bad.
The attitude was completely bad. See, there are games where you can see that, you were totally outplayed by the opponent.
Yeah.
Aduana, yes, they had their chance, pick it, but they didn't. They weren't exceptional, if I should say.
Yeah.
But the attitude of the House of Folk players, they were bad, and I'm sure the players themselves will admit that they were this awful.
Yeah.
No, there was no single player from House of Folk who you can say was quite good on the day. Everybody on the pitch, and then the substitution as well. Everybody was totally poor in the game. I'll blame the coach, but where the players showed poor attitude, we also need to point out to them that you are playing for a club like Hearts of Folk. Those people, a lot of people have worn the jerseys. This is not the way they played. You need to show attitude. Maybe youthful exuberance, but don't forget that this is an opportunity that a lot of people did not get. So if you get opportunities to play for Hearts of Folk, show a little
because it baffles me how 11 players on the pitch all show a poor attitude.
No, similar.
I mean, you can have about 4 or 5 players having an off day and you say, okay, the others are trying, but it was similar. All of them were.
Everybody.
They didn't show urgency.
Yeah, like Felix was saying, you see, negative attitude, negative vibe.
It runs through,
it becomes infectious.
Yes.
So even when you come off of the bench, with the energy, the desire, the right attitude, the right mentality, when you get onto the pitch and after 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, you see your teammates with that vibe, it's easy for you to
that
be
energy
sacked.
Is very attractive.
Very, very attractive. Then it's easy for you to be sacked in, and I think that is what happened, because we've seen Kare on several occasions. We've seen this same House of Folk team play better, show more desire. Not even long ago, just about 10 days ago, we saw what they did at Brekum. So it is very difficult for you to find reasons as to how you can be so high 1 week and so low the following week. It's baffling. So like I'm saying, maybe the team psychologists must come in. They need to work on the psyche of the players. They need to work on the mentality of the players. Yes, they are under pressure. Yes, the team is not playing so well. Yes, they could end up in a relegation battle, but you are playing for Accra House of Folk. You need to do better. You need to dig deep. Even when the going gets tough, you need to dig deep. Even when your back is against the wall, you need to dig deep. That is what separates House of Folk and the Kotokos and the big guys from the rest. And on this occasion, I think they failed. And this is not just an isolation. They've been poor the whole season, and it's no surprise they find themselves in a relegation battle. Mutala.
Well, that was not the only game that was played today. Other games were played, so if we can run through the results and see what happened at other venues, we've picked up some interesting results there. So these are the results that we picked. Brekum Chelsea beating okay, so that game was played yesterday, but the games that were played today saw Bechem United beating Karela by 3-1. Heart of Lions coming from a go down to defeat Dreams FC by 2-1, and Aduana beating Heart of Folk. We all know about that. Mediema also getting a 1-0 victory over Real Tamale United, and in Swatraman were the heavy victors of the day, beating Baby and Gold Stars by 4-0. Samatex Omachibo Fwakwa Abomo 3-0. They look like they are getting closer to the title, Felix.
Of course they are. Already I have crowned them champion in waiting. They've maintained that 7 points lead they had on Nations, and I felt that for me these results, we all knew how good they were in this season, especially when they are playing at home. We know Bofakwa are struggling. per these results, they are just still be on the 17th position. Samatex are too good. They are too good even for the big guns. So when the relegated team, an almost relegated team like Bofakwa goes there, it won't be a surprise at all. But I think that for the surprising results of the week has to be out of Lion. How they went to, they went to pick up maximum their first away win of the season against the semi-finalists of the Confederation Cup, the semi-finalists of the MTN FA Cup. It's a bit surprising, but kudos to them. At least they've gotten out of the relegation, zone with that massive win against Dreams FC.
Okay, so that was not the only game that was played. I mean, Insuachaman also win it 4-0 against Gold Stars. Are you surprised?
No, not really. I think the only surprising result is the Dreams, the
Heart of Lions. How they managed to win.
Yes, how they managed to win that way from a team that has struggled.
They are in the relegation zone, so they are desperate.
They struggled away from home all season. Mind you, Dreams themselves are not in a very good position. So I think that is the away. That is the most surprising results of the weekend. But all the others follow suit. You expected Mediama, who are comfortably mateable, to beat Real Tamale United, who I would say are all but relegated, even though they have an outstanding game against Dreams. I don't think they will make much of that. So I think Mediama beating Real Tamale United is no surprise. And then Swatiaman also running for 4-0 victories over Bibiani Gusta. At this point in time, most of the teams in the mid-table, those who are safe, play with very little motivation. I think the battle will be at the bottom and at the top. So a lot of the mid-table teams didn't really show a lot of difference.
Let's quickly run through the table before we check out of the studios and see if our positions have been interchanged on the Ghana Premier League table. So after match day 30, this is how the table looks like. Samatex have straight their lead at the top to 55 points, with Nations having 48 points and on second position. Aduana Stars have won today, and they are third on the table with 46 points. Medium are also fourth with 46 points. In Swatchaman have the leapfrog other teams and are currently fifth with 45 points. Then the club 44 sees Bechem United, who are sixth. Accra Lions are seventh, and Brekum Chelsea are eighth. Legon Cities, after that win that they had yesterday, also have 41 points and are ninth on the table. That is the top half of the table. Let's look at the other half of the table and how things are shaping up there, because I know Asante Kotoko are 10th at the moment with a 40 points.
Olympics.
Maybe any Gold Stars are 11th with 40 points. I had to folk have dropped to 12 on the table with 38 points. Karela are 13th with 37 points. Dreams FC, they lost today, but they have games in hand. They have 3 games in hand and are 14th with 35 points. Heart of Lions are out of the relegation zone for the first time this season, and it's good for them. They are 15th at the moment with 35 points. Great Olympics are in danger because they have dropped to the relegation zone. They are 16th with 33 points, but for Kwatanoa still remain in the relegation zone with 33 points and on 17th. And Real Tamale United are 18th with 28 points. The oak tree has fallen, but then Great Olympics have fallen way deeper. They are currently in the relegation zone. Felix,
but Mutala, look at that of folk. 30 matches. 9 wins, 10 draw, 11 defeats. Is it not surprising?
Yeah.
The last of folk have won just 9 games
the
out of 30.
Season, out of 30 games.
Wow.
With 4 games to end the season.
Wow. A lot of work needs to be done. If they go with the same attitude to that game against Kumasi Asante Kotoko, then probably Kotoko might get that their 4-0 win they've been waiting for. But probably this might also be the game that could awaken the desire in them to make sure that they are finishing in a better and a more a good position than they currently find themselves. They are just how many points of the drop? Just 5 points of the drop. Just that they might have a very healthy goal difference, but from the way they are conceding, very soon they might not. And even with the Ghana Premier League, it's head to head, so your goal difference might not help you come the end of the season. But there's a lot of work to be done this week before the Kotoko game, and I'm sure that, knowing Ouattara, the same attitude he used at the post-match, he will approach the players in the dressing room with the same attitude. He will single-handedly pick each one of them and tell them, you know what, you did this, you did this, you did this. You disappointed me today. There is a lot of work
to be done. The confidence of the players more. Saying it to their face.
No, in the dressing room, I don't think that would be a problem.
Yeah, I'm talking about that.
Yes, but sometimes you also need to be truthful to the players. You need to be truthful. There are games you can tell the players, you know what, you played so well today. Though we lost the game, you guys gave me everything I needed to see, and I'm proud of the team. And then everybody knows, Charlie, it is football. You either win, you lose, or you draw. But sometimes when the performance is such bad, when the attitude is bad, you have to be very honest with your players and tell them, you know what, Mutala, today you were very awful. I know you can do better, but today you didn't give me the things I wanted to see. And as a team collectively, you guys let the supporters down big time.
Okay, so this is what, your final words, yes.
We've all mentioned how poor Heart of Lions have been this season. But at the minute, they are only 5 points off Accra House of Folk and 7 points off Kotoko. That shows how bad the other big two have been. Look at the point difference.
Mm-hmm. And you see, they've lost how do you call it? Just a game more than House of Folk.
And 2 more than Kotoko. This is strange for a team that has been labeled as a failure, quote unquote, Heart of Lions.
And you see, the reason why Lions are struggling is because
the terrible first half they had,
and because they didn't have a consistent venue. Because for you to qualify from Pando, had to play some of your games at Hohoi.
So Heart of Folk are 3 points better than Heart of Lions.
Shocking.
Yes, just 3 points.
Okay.
Just 3 points.
That sums everything up, and that brings us to the end of our coverage here on our Star Times at the Channel 247. That is match day 30, and next on the road will be match day 31, where we bring you that super clash between Accra Heart of Folk and Asante Kotoko. It's going to be a big game at the Baba Sports Stadium, and trust Star Times to bring you that game. But remember that the Waffle B Under 17 Boys Tournament is also ongoing on Max TV, and the Black Starlets will be playing on Tuesday, so we'll all be rooting for them, and we'll all be watching them on Max TV. Thanks to Felix Romack and thanks to Alfred Hansen. My name is Mutala Yakubu. Thanks to you at home for always choosing Star Times. God bless you for that. Till we meet again, it's au revoir. Bye bye.
This is our own. Let's cherish our own. Ghana Premier League is back again. I say this is our own. Let's cherish our own. Division 1 League is back again. This is our own. Let's cherish our own. Ghana Premier League is back again. This is our own. Let's cherish our own. Women's Premier League is back again. Yadi wadoka hwa Anije ka hwa Yadi ereshe mwa Yadi wadoka hwa Anije ka hwa Yadi ereshe mwa